What's good, peeps? V.Omen S, Red Tinted Views. I hope you're all well. And before we get into it, yeah, I would like all of you guys to like, comment, share, subscribe. It don't cost a rascal penny. So, slap that like button. And while you're at it, slap that subscribe button also. Serious. But let's waste no more time and get straight into it now. Carlos BALEBA transfer. And what's next to it? Manchester United close to full agreement with Brighton for Cameroon midfielder. Carlos BALEBA is understood to be preparing to travel to Manchester ahead of a medical. The deal is expected to be worth in excess of £60 million and a 5-year contract is ready for the Cameroon international to sign once the deal is formally concluded. That's what I'm talking about. Finally, a midfielder in through the Ross Clark door. Really and truly, he should have been signed before pre-season started. Like what? The Premier League is starting in a few days' time, and we're still making deals. All of our deals should have been done before pre-season. Serious, but you know what, yeah? I ain't gonna go on a dark path right now, innit? It's happy times. It's finally done. Best late than never, as they say, even though it should have been done a lot earlier. But yeah, let me continue now. Manchester United are close to a full agreement with Brighton to sign Carlos BALEBA. The club already have a 5-year contract ready for him to sign when the deal is formally concluded. The final fee and structure are not yet fully agreed, but the deal is expected to be worth in excess of £60 million. The 22-year-old is understood to be preparing to travel to Manchester, where medical plans will be scheduled swiftly once the deal is completed. Sky Sports News have been reporting on United's interest in BALEBA since last autumn and broke the news that they inquired about signing him during the January transfer window. BALEBA is currently recovering from an ankle ligament injury he picked up during pre-season, but it's not expected to keep him out for an extended period. He has remained one of United's top targets this summer and is set to become their third addition in midfield after Andre Santos and Yuri Tillemans. You know what, here, peeps? What I said earlier about he should have been signed before pre-season. No, scrap that. He should have been signed last summer. Serious. And I hope none of you fans here are still clapping to the Glazers and Ineos. No way, no way, no ratings for this. Like, this is essential. Real and truly, they should have come through the Ross Clark door. BALEBA should have come through the Ross Clark door last summer, innit? Not this summer. Not when the Premier League's about to start in a couple of days. But he's here now, innit? He's here now, so let me shut up. BALEBA joined Brighton from Lille in 2023 and has made 112 appearances for the club. He featured 35 times last season and was absent for a spell while representing Cameroon at the African Cup of Nations. What's that saying? Is BALEBA a major gamble or a game changer for United? We'll find out, innit? We'll find out. Give him a couple of seasons and we'll find out if he's a success or failure. Me rating or anyone rating this transfer now or trying to predict the future, it's foolish. It's foolish, man. A bag of nonsense. But yeah, what does it say here? Analysis by Sky Sports. William Bitty. What? Bitty Sorry, peep, sorry. A year ago, Carlos BALEBA appeared to have the world at his feet. A breakout season at Brighton had established the then 21-year-old as one of the Premier League's most coveted young midfielders, with a move to one of Europe's elite clubs seemingly inevitable. Manchester United were amongst those interested, having identified BALEBA as a potential transformative presence in midfield. But Brighton's reported £100 million plus valuation proved a stumbling block. The move never materialized and BALEBA stayed at the Amax. Yeah, it should have materialized, man. You get me? If that's the price, you pay it, innit? Look at the season. Look at all the rivals. Look at all the other Premier League teams. They're spending. They're paying a price. Like, us trying to wheel and deal, it's going to be to our detriment in the long run. But yeah, let me continue, man. Let me try and cut these tangents. His form subsequently dipped dramatically. His numbers fell, and at times he looked a shadow of the midfielder who had generated so much excitement the previous season. That makes United interest a gamble, but stylistically, there are few midfielders better suited to what they need. And here's some of his stats for the 24-25 season. So, possessions won, middle third, 107th, and that was ranked 4th in the Premier League midfield rank. Interceptions, 46, again ranked 4th. Ball recoveries, 197, ranked 5th. Duels won, 199, ranked 7th. Long passes completed, 65, and he was ranked 8th. BALEBA was among the league's leading defensive midfielders during the 2024-25 season. Can he revive that form? Well, he better revive that form, you get me? He better. United require greater authority in the midfield of the pitch and, crucially, someone capable of winning the ball back in deeper areas. BALEBA brings exactly that. His athleticism, aggression, and ability to carry the ball through midfield would add a level of dynamism, and still that is currently missing. Facts upon facts. You get me? Andre Santos and Yuri Tillemans have been astute additions, but BALEBA offers something different. Specialist defensive power coupled with the athleticism to drive United up the pitch. His age is another major factor. BALEBA is still only 22, you know, and despite his inconsistent season, there remains a belief around him that he can develop into one of the world's best midfielders. The ambition is reflected in his influences. BALEBA has spoken of his admiration for Paul Pogba, Yaya Toure, and Andreas Iniesta, while Neymar and Ronaldinho were among his favourite players to watch. There is a desire for self-expression in his game that goes beyond the physical qualities that made him that made so highly rated. That made him so highly rated. Come on, Sky. There is risk attached to signing him. United would be betting on the player BALEBA can become rather than simply the one he has been over the past 12 months. But if United want to find a midfielder capable of growing into one of the best in his position, this is exactly the sort of gamble they should be willing to take. Yeah, yeah. So, as you hear it, peeps, Carlos BALEBA to United is close. The final fee is looked to be round about £60 million, and it's going to be a 5-year deal. Yeah, like I said, he should have been signed not pre-season, last summer. And that's when he should have been signed, but he's here now. I don't add too much doom and gloom to this or go off on a tangent. Peeps, what are you guys' views about United close to signing Carlos BALEBA? I'm happy, innit? I can't gas it down. I'm happy. I was one of those waving the BALEBA flag from last summer, saying, yeah, we need to be signing him. So finally he's here, and let's hope he can level up our midfield. And before man signs out, yeah, let's see what is going on in the X sphere. See if there's any updates on this. Justin, Carlos BALEBA is extremely close to joining Manchester United, with the deal now entering its final stages after the club submitted an official bid of round about £60 million in the last 24 hours. Brighton are holding out for a slightly higher figure, and no full club to club agreement has yet been reached. But the strong internal feeling at United and among those close to the negotiations is that an improved follow up offer will secure the green light. BALEBA has long regarded a move to Old Trafford as his dream and has actively pushed for it since last summer and even earlier, repeatedly offering himself to the club while rejecting other approaches and remaining convinced the transfer would happen despite injury setbacks that temporarily raised doubts. And that's coming from Fabrizio Romano, forwarded by United Exclusive. What's this? Fabrizio Romano or Manchester United in the transfer market. This is absolutely not over. Okay. United are expected to do more. United are moving on different targets. United keep looking at left back, and we have to see what's going to happen with striker if Xerxes leaves. Yep, left back. Definitely the left back. And the striker as well, you know. I would not say no to a striker before the window closes. We've read that one already. What else is there? Let me skim through this now. Carlos BALEBA wants to fulfill his dream to play for Manchester United since August 2025. Oh, I said that already. Bear repeats. I'm gonna have to configure this so I don't get repeats, you know, peeps. But this is raw, straight off the flare. That's how we're doing it around there. Manchester United's interest in Miles Lewis Skelly is understood to be growing, and that's Tom Canton Media, and that's been forwarded by Centre Devils. What else is there? United hold talks with George Salinas. George Salinas. Man's butchering certain guys' names, you know. Right, what's this? Small left back update. This is coming from Sully Exclusive. Heard we've spoke to player side of George Salinas, David Rome also on the list. Haven't heard anything new on Lewis Hall or Lewis Skelly. Key thing is that the whole recruitment team want to be aligned on this. Could very well be another bomber BALEBA style for left back. Let's see. Okay, has to be, man. Let's not hear about. Let's not hear about. Let's see. Let's make it happen. We need a left back, man. We need a left back. That is clear as day, especially after that showing against AC Milan. That's clear as day. And I think that's it, you know, peeps. What's this? Arsenal are working on transfers for both James Scanlon and Habib from Manchester United. Arsenal are confident that deals for both players can be agreed this summer. And that's coming from who? Sam Dean, Daily Telegraph, being forwarded by Centre Devils. So Arsenal's trying to swipe our players, yeah? Okay. Okay. Let's see how far they get with that one, innit? That's one to keep an eye on. Marcus Rashford shows true colours as Matthias Cunha learns Old Trafford shirt number decision. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else to speak on. I think that's it, you know, Pete. I think man's gonna sign out on that. I don't wanna keep going over stuff. Let me see this now. how Manchester United could line up next season with their £65 million signing of Carlos BALEBA. So Sesko, Cunha, Mbeumo, Fernandes, BALEBA, Tillemans, Shaw, Martinez, Maguire, Delot, and Lemens. You know what, on paper, that looks quite tough, still. It looks quite tough. But Delot, I think we also need a right back as well, peeps. I think we need a right back as well, still. Like Mazraoui, I like him, but we need more. And Delot, man's been lingering at our club for what? I swear it's almost a decade now. I swear it's almost a decade, though. It is a decade. One of the two. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sign out on that. Let's go to 3 hours, innit? Let's go to 3 hours. Nothing. Yeah, that's it, That's it. So, peeps, again, I'm gonna ask you, Carlos BALEBA to Manchester United. Are you guys happy about this signing? And also, do you think Manchester United will make that left back signing before either the start of the Premier League or before the transfer window closes? Comment your views on that and everything else that man spoke on, man read up on in the X-Fair down below, and let man know.